What's going on, guys? It is Steve with Mouse Secrets. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day or evening, whatever time you're watching the video, but welcome to the channel. I just got back from Epcot. Today was opening day for Communicore Hall, the final piece to the 5-year Epcot overhaul, and it opened today. Finally got to see it. So the final construction wall came down and got to see Communicore Hall and kind of just got to soak in all of Future World in its new redone glory or remade glory. Not gonna lie, I get confused at this point about the different sections of Future World. I still just call it Future World. I can't keep up with all the different titles and stuff that it was giving during this time. But whatever. I'm always going to call it Future World. It's just simple for me. So, but you guys can correct me in the comments with what section Communicore Hall just opened in, because I can't tell you. Festival of something. So I don't know. But yeah, went over there, took a look at it, got to check it out. While I was on my way over there, I was trying to reminisce over the 5 years. What really did we get new from this Epcot overhaul, the 5-year plan? And I was thinking the big ones were the Guardians, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, new nighttime show Harmonious, Fountain came back to the front of Spaceship Earth, old school style. Yeah, I mean, we got some new stuff. We did lose our Fountain of Nations, which is kind of a pretty big loss. But anyway, I said, let me get over here. Let me go see Communicore Hall. I want to see what it's all about, see what it is in its glory, what it now looks like with everything open in that whole area. Oh, how am I forgetting? We got Creations, got the gift shop. Can't forget that, the merch location. We got Connections, the quick service, which I think is kind of maybe an upgrade. I don't know. We'll talk about that more here in a second. But anyway, yes, I went over to Communicore Hall to see it. Now it was live streaming, so if you guys were watching the live stream, you might know how I was thinking on it, what my feel was on it. But I'm not gonna lie, it's underwhelming. It's just kind of just being honest. It's underwhelming. It's sterile. It's a Tesla. It's a Tesla. It's a Tesla theme park not theme park rides. Theme park areas. It feels like a Tesla. It's just very sterile, air-conditioned building. It's very plain. And I think that's the whole thing. That's the complaints that Disney gets today is, whether it's the new hotel towers they're building over the Polynesian, or if they're trying to, take 5 years to redo Future World, whatever gets constructed or whatever's been made, usually the biggest complaint that it's just sterile. I like the term sterile, but I also think, I was thinking about today, it's lacking the quote unquote magic. I don't know what the magic is. Okay. It's a term that I think gets thrown around in the Disney community all the time. We'll be like, that's so magical, or this is so magical, or my little mug is so magical. But you know what I mean? We always throw the term around magical. But I think as a Disney fan, you know what magical is when it just happens to you. It happens in those certain moments, because you'll be like, now that's the magic. That's the magic. It happens. It's so hard to explain what it is. And maybe that's the whole thing about the magic. That's why it's magic. You can't explain what it is. It's something that happens to you, and it is what it is. But anyway, so bringing it back to Communicore Hall, and I guess the Future World Epcot overhaul in itself, my biggest thing I would say about it is probably that overall it just lacks the magic. It's sterile. Maybe that's part of it, but there's nothing magical about it. And so I get, okay, so let me say this first. So when I went over to Communicore Hall, if you watch the live stream, to be totally fair, I did not do the character meet and greet. I think it's very cool now that we've got a character meet and greet dedicated spot back at Future World. Very cool. I like that. I didn't do it. I didn't have my little girl with me, and so I just didn't really feel the need to go in there. However, I did watch other people's videos. I saw some pictures online or whatever, and if the pictures in the videos are correct, then it looks pretty nice. That does look nice, and maybe the experience in there would be magical. Maybe that's what it is. But I didn't take part in that today. I will go back with my child, and I will do the character meet and greets. She loves them, and as a father, I love seeing her interact with the characters. So it's all her. That's her thing or whatever. So, and Daddy likes watching it. But yeah, I mean, I was just walking around the Communicore Hall area, just what exactly is it? Maybe what it is you need to have a festival going on to really appreciate what it's going to be. That extra like outdoor area. You've got the stage. I did want to see the little Encanto, the live action Encanto show, but that wrapped up pretty quick. I guess it ends at 3:25. I knew it ended early in the afternoon. I knew that beforehand. My question is, I'm not sure why, and it looks like at 5:00 they switch over to like a regular band. Like I think it's like I don't know, like anyway, they have a nighttime evening band that plays some sets or whatever at night. I wonder why they don't do the Encanto one in the evening. I don't know. Is it too dark? I mean, I don't know. Like I was trying to think. Like I really don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I'll figure that one out here soon as to why the Encanto show doesn't go into the evening. Or maybe eventually they will do it as an evening show. Maybe they don't have enough performers to carry out a whole day of sets to perform. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they don't have enough talent yet, and they have to get some more folks to be able to do the Encanto show all day long. But that would be pretty cool to see the Encanto show. And I talked to a cast member who said that they had witnessed it, and they said that it was very interactive. The kids seemed to really enjoy it, which of course, me and Suzanne, we were talking about this. We recently, a couple weeks ago, went over to 1900 Park Fair the night that it opened. And if you're not familiar, 1900 Park Fair now has Mirabelle. She's one of the princesses there, one of the characters there at 1900 Park Fair. And me and Susanna, we both said that she is probably the best interacting character that we've had to, or that we've dealt with, or that our child has been introduced to. It was a lot of fun. So I don't know if all of the Mirabelle actors perform as good as the one did at 1900 Park Fair, but what I'm getting at is if the ones that perform at the show at Epcot perform as well as the one at 1900 Park Fair and interact with the kids that much, then yeah, it would probably be a really, really fun show for her. So maybe there was some magic there that I missed. Maybe there was some magic that I missed over at the character meet and greet, and that's actually a pretty big thing to miss. But I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it, guys. Like, the outdoor area, there's nothing there. You know, like there's just nothing there. Like it's just empty. I think I could have sworn though, I saw someone else's pictures online that showed picnic tables underneath these umbrellas and stuff outside on the artificial grass. But obviously when I was there was no picnic tables outside. And I don't think I missed that. And then, there was no stage show going on. So basically the final Encanto show is at 3:25, and then the live entertainment or the regular like band comes on the stage, I believe at 5:00. So you have a couple hours in the afternoon where there's nothing going on out there at all. So it felt very just empty, sterile, Tesla. I keep bringing up like Tesla. I love Teslas. There's nothing wrong with electric cars, by the way. I think the electric cars are fantastic. But let's just be honest. Like, a Tesla is a sterile, reliable vehicle, but it's not a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a Mustang GT, right? Like, it is a sterile thing. And so, then you go into the actual, I guess that would be the hall, like the dining hall. I don't know, the hall. Don't get me wrong. Massive, big building, tons and tons of seating, ice cold air condition. But that's pretty much it. Like, it's just a building with AC. There's nothing else in there. I don't know. Like, it's, let me put it this way. I'll be honest with you. Like, if you wheeled me in there with earplugs and a blindfold and took it off inside that building, I would have no idea that I'm in Disney, probably, right? Like, let's just start recognizing some of the flags that are hanging, like the logos or whatever for the pavilions or the attractions or whatever. But it's just sterile. I don't get it. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. How would you grade on a level? Let's think here. I don't want to do this. On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most amazing update overhaul to a theme park you've ever seen. 1 being the worst. How would you rate this overhaul? 10 is the best. 1 is the worst. How would you rate the overhaul for Epcot? Overall, what they've done over these since 2019, 5 years. Like, I'm thinking like what we didn't get, if you're remembering, I'm trying to remember today. We didn't get the Mary Poppins expansion or attraction over at the UK Pavilion. The Play Pavilion, that all just fell apart. And some of that stuff, obviously, they lost it during the pandemic. And I get that. Like, the pandemic was, it is what it is. A lot of companies missed out and had to make big changes and stuff during that time. So, how much that played into the plans for Epcot, I don't know. But losing the Play Pavilion, which was by the way, that was the Wonders of Life Pavilion, Body Wars Pavilion, if you go way back, if you remember those days. But never getting the Play Pavilion, never getting Mary Poppins, Spaceship Earth overhaul. And that's a whole nother that's a whole nother video in of itself, is the overall condition of Spaceship Earth. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Spaceship Earth didn't get its overhaul either. We still don't know like what's going to happen with that. Now we do know what today's like. We're almost June 10th. Okay, so today's the 10th of June. I think in 1 week exactly. I think June 17th is the last day for Test Track. Test Track's going down for a huge overhaul. They're kind of circling that one back around to being more like a World of Motion, like trying to take it back to its original roots. How they're going to do that or what the plan is, I have no idea. But that's going to be a major overhaul. So that's about to start. So basically, like, the 5-year overhaul is done officially. However, the next week, like, we're going to shut it down, one of the most important or big e-ticket attractions at Epcot, and redo it. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, what do you guys think of the Epcot overhaul? Like losing the illuminations for what we got for the nighttime show. To me, I'm just gonna, okay, here we go. Just lay it out there. Nighttime show, that is a downgrade for Stevie. I would take illuminations back any day. Give me 1 second. I need my magical coffee. But no, I would take illuminations back any day over what we've got for Harmonious. Harmonious is a cool fireworks presentation, but the music is not there. And that's a problem with, I think, a lot of modern Disney, whether it's movies or movies or shows, is a lot of stuff I think just misses out on those awesome soundtracks. The fountain in front of Spaceship Earth, huge upgrade. Getting that back, awesome. Losing Fountain of Nations, that's a big hit. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, I'm kind of like, I'm 50-50 on that one. I'm curious how you guys feel about it. Like, it's okay. I do it, but when I go to Epcot, it's never in my mind like, I gotta go to Remy's, or me and my wife will never be like, let's go to Epcot to ride Remy's. Like, we're always going to Epcot, it's for something else, whether just to go for a walk, get a little exercise, do Spaceship Earth, whatever. But like, never have we ever said like, honey, I know what I want to do, and I don't want to go ride Remy's at Epcot. No, it doesn't happen. Guardians of the Galaxy, not gonna lie, I've discussed this before on this channel, but I haven't ridden it yet. I just go by the raving reviews that everybody else gives on it. So if that's the case, then I just have to go with that. If everyone else really truly thinks it's awesome, then it probably really is awesome. So I'll give it that. And I love the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, the movies. I just don't ride it because, if I mentioned it before, I have a little bit of a hip pain sometimes that on like roller coasters that are jerky can kind of aggravate something, and I don't want that. So maybe one day I'll ride it, not again, but ride it. But right now I still haven't ridden Guardians. Communicore Hall, I'll save that for last, because actually, you know what? Creations, I would go back to Mouse Gear. I miss Mouse Gear. Mouse Gear had a magical, fun feel to it. I think it felt very 90s, probably. That's why I liked it. It's kind of my time period. And then Connections Cafe is fine. I'm fine with that. What was it? They replaced the electric umbrella, right? So I'm fine with the Connections Cafe. Whatever. It's good. It's big. Plenty of seating. The Starbucks over there is fine. That's good. The Dreamer's Point. We got Dreamer's Point, the Walt statue. It's okay. I mean, I don't see many people really experiencing that so much. Like when it first started, those first few days, everyone was getting their photos. They were lining up for photos. I don't see that anymore, but it's cool. It's, I'm just indifferent to that. And the whole area right there in the middle, what do you call it? It's fine. It's, like the whole area of Future World now, between Communicore Hall and Connections, that whole area behind Spaceship Earth, basically it's just all like a place to chill and hang out. It's a lot of tables, chairs, just lots of tables and chairs and some shrubbery and trees and landscaping. There's really not much over there, and there's nothing really over there that says this is Disney. That's the thing too. Like, nothing over there says it's Disney, but it is what it is. That's what's there. I mentioned it in my live stream. Maybe the cool thing will be that whole area just to be decorated for the holidays. I hope there's some type of plan for the whole area behind Spaceship Earth all the way down to Communicore Hall to do some serious Christmas lighting, decor. The sound system over there is amazing, right? Like where Fountain of Nations was, the planter there, all of that is lit up so awesome. I hope they just wrap the trees and everything in Christmas lighting, set it to some holiday music, and let's at least get like something for that. That could be cool. Put up some cool trees, and then hopefully with Communicore Hall, that area back there where the stage is, where Encanto is, hopefully that area will be a little bit more exciting or fun once we have a festival going. If you're not familiar, there's no Epcot festival for this summer, not till like the end of August or whatever. So it's kind of weird this year that there's no festivals, but it's actually kind of a cool time to visit Epcot because it means it's not busy. But yeah, overall, I think the 5-year overhaul of Epcot, I think for me, it leaves just a lot to be desired. It really does. And to me now, Epcot just feels so different from the Epcot that I remember as a child. Like the Epcot that I have those childhood memories of, which is fine. I mean, nothing outside of my house is going to feel like it did in my childhood, but it feels so disjointed. Like if someone asked me, like someone who's never been to Disney, if they said, tell me about Epcot. What is Epcot? I don't know what I would tell them. I'm not sure like even how to describe it anymore. Like it used to be simple, like, and even then it didn't necessarily make sense to someone who wasn't familiar with it, but you'd be like, look, man, there's a future world. Okay. And they got these little pavilions and it's kind of like you're in the future. There's horizons and universe energy and spaceship Earth and blah, blah, blah. Like you got this whole future-y place. You can go under this you go to living seas. You can go to the land, like see like how their technology is making awesome plants. It's pretty cool. Right. But then you go further across to the back of the park, and it's nothing but pavilions of different countries. Okay, I know that sounds weird, like it doesn't match necessarily like a world showcase or world pavilions and future world, but it did work, and it worked for a long time. And I don't know how I would describe it. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know how I would describe it to somebody. Like, I don't know. All the Disney parks have changed so much, guys. They've all changed so much. But that's it is what it is. So anyway, that was Communicore Hall. I've seen it. I hope it's cooler when I take my child to do the Mickey, Minnie, and the character meet and greet. I know she'll love that regardless. Here's my thing with character meet and greets. I'll be honest with you. Unless this thing is just like off the chain, like amazing that I just haven't, that I don't understand yet, this meet and greet. I mean, let's just get down to it. Anywhere you meet characters is going to be pretty cool, right? Like, we did our staycation at the Animal Kingdom Lodge for my little girl's birthday a couple weeks ago. And my little girl would have been happy meeting Snow White in the lobby of the Pop Century or at the Artist Point restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make a difference to her. Like, just meeting the characters is fine. Like, I don't know how much the backdrop matters so much, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how cool it is inside there. Maybe it really is. Like, I've seen some of the people's photos, like the backdrops for the character meet and greets look cool. So maybe I'll find a little magic in that. Maybe my child will find magic, I think, in the meet and greet. But either way, Communicore Hall, especially the seating area, like there's nothing in there. It's just blank, sterile furniture. There's nothing that would tell you it's Disney, unless I missed something. And I saw some people's pictures from like the night before for the media event or whatever. That looked kind of cool. Like they had a lot of stuff in there, seemed like for that. But go in there on a normal day like today. Go in there and sit in the shopping mall food court. It's what it feels like. Actually feels like a shopping mall food court. And then that's the other thing too. The little festival booth, the little walk-up quick service counter. They have 3 items, I guess, like 3 drinks, 3 foods items. I guess those will be alternating throughout the year is, for festival stuff or festival foods that'll have a little sideshow inside of Communicore Hall's little quick service, not kiosk, but quick service window. And I did have the arepas. The arepas were pretty good. So anyway, that is a wrap on the video. Let me know down in the comments. I really, really, really want to know what you guys think about the 5-year overhaul. 1 to 10. And if you liked it, I want to know, like, what did you like about it? Like, what is like the one thing you're like, I love the X, the Y, and the Z. And if you didn't like it, I want to know what you didn't like about it either. So here's to the next Disney project going a little smoother and cutting that timeline in half. Let's just think about it. 5 years for Epcot overhaul. Universal's building a theme park in like 2.5 years down the street or whatever it is. It's crazy. So anyway, that's a wrap on the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Turn your notifications on. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.